Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tani.
Good
Hey,
afternoon.
good afternoon, Diana.
Where is
Appears that Biharshif is too far from Mumbai.
he cancelled it?
And I don't want you to fight with your wife.
Why are you look upset, sir? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Arif. Sam isn't here. Okay, so we are gonna continue with our lesson. The present perfect and the past simple comparison. Sam has got a confused. When I said time, mention the time. Time means mention when the action
Sir, your
happened.
voice is not clear.
Okay, yeah. Sam is confused about the time. She thinks time means for 2 years is time. No, time means the time when is mentioned, then that is considered past simple. Okay, for 2 years is the answer to the question how long, right? So we are not talking about how long, we are talking about when. So that's what I said. When I said if you use the time means when something happened. Shabnam here at this time. Hey, Shabnam, are you here? Shabnam, you are here? Guys, did we do it all? Number 10, how many solo albums has Julian made? Right? Okay. In हिंदी में से उसने कितने एल्बम्स बनाए हैं? राइट? जूलियन ने गिटार बजाना कब शुरू किया? When did Julian Lennon begin playing the guitar? Okay, John Lennon ने किसके साथ गाने लिखे? Who did John Lennon write songs with? And I think I put the audio file in the group as well. Listen to it. Didn't listen to it. Now we are going to talk about the grammar a little more, and then we will move on to more exercises, more practice. Sam came and got dropped. Sam, you had a big misunderstanding yesterday. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I thought, okay, so you had a big misunderstanding yesterday, Sam. And what was that? And you still again joined late by 11 minutes, Sam. Be on time. And what was your confusion? When I said when you add time, then the sentence becomes past simple. What did I mean? The time of the action, when something happened. Okay. Got it? If you have confusions, Arish, certainly. If you have confusions, I will certainly help you. Ask me. Do you have a confusion, Arish, about any of your sentences?
Yeah, one sentence, sir. One
One
sentence.
sentence. Which is that?
Please share the screen, sir. I will help. I will tell.
There you go. Which sentence are you talking about here?
No, no, sir. The sentences. Yeah, this one. Thank you. This is Lucky's sentence.
Pani, Arish. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Scroll down, please.
Which one, Arish?
1 second, sir. I'm checking. Yeah, this one, sir. Did he ever catch up with his students' news, or has he ever caught up with?
Okay. This is an interesting question. Did he ever catch up with his old students' news? Here, the spelling is wrong. After students, after S, there should be an apostrophe.
Okay, yeah.
There should be an apostrophe after S. And first mistake, now second. Whether it should be, did he ever catch it? Has he ever caught up, right?
Yes, this is the confusion.
So the question obviously asks about experience. The question obviously asks about
Experience.
did you ever eat pigeon's meat? Have you ever eaten pigeon's meat? Right? The questions inquire about experience. Your experience. Hello, Rosanna. Welcome to the class, Rosanna. How are you doing? Good to have you back. And I would really appreciate your input in the group. When you read your classmates' sentences, you take the trouble of correcting them. Not only you read, clearly somebody who's correcting has already read the sentences, right, everyone? I didn't see enough words of appreciation for Rosanna. It could have been better. And I encourage all of you, again, it's your own motivation, but yeah, I encourage you all to read the sentences in the group. Now, what did you learn, Arish? Which sentence do we use to ask questions about experiences? Past simple or present perfect?
Present perfect, sir.
So the answer is obvious, which is correct.
Okay, thank you. Has he ever?
But there is a catch. There is a catch. There is a problem here. There is a catch. In American English, they don't follow this rule necessarily. In American English, they use the past tense as well to talk about experiences. For example, have you ever fallen in love? It's a very common question in British English, right? Have you ever fallen in love? But in American English, it's okay to say, did you ever fall in love? It's okay. They can say that. But this will not be considered correct in India because in India, we follow British English grammar. So, did you ever fall in love or have you ever fallen in love? Which is correct?
Have you ever fallen in love?
Because it talks about your experiences, right? So you should use the past, present perfect. But in American English, people say, did you ever fall in love? Not correct. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Got
Now,
it.
now, what do I tell you? Sam, when we say don't add the time, we are talking about when. For example, for 2 years is not the time, it's time period, not the time of the action. When I say I went to Kolkata in 2017, then this is correct. I have been to Kolkata in 2017 is wrong because I have been is the present perfect. You can't mention when the action happened. When you talk about the present perfect, when you use the present perfect, then you do not mention the time of the action. It's indefinite time, okay? You do not mention a definite time. So when you say 2017, then this is definite time. So you should not use the present perfect sentence. That was the point. तो रोजाना ने जो लिखा था सैम वो बिल्कुल सही था क्योंकि उन्होंने लिखा था he has worked for 2 years. For 2 years is not time of action. Period of action है, not time of action. There is a difference. पता चला कब काम किया उसने? I have had 17 years of experience of teaching. मेरे पास 17 इतना रहा है, ठीक है ऐसे. तो I have, sorry, that was not a good example. I have 17 years of experience of teaching. That's okay. But I've had a lot of students from different parts of India. Okay. I have been a teacher for 17 years. तो ये for 17 years में ये पता चला कि कब से कब तक नहीं. हाँ, अब तक पहुंच गया है. अब तक कब शुरू हुआ ये नहीं बता रहे. हाँ, इनडायरेक्टली पता चल जाता है. I have been a teacher for 17 years means I became a teacher 17 years ago. So when you want to mention when the action happened, then you choose the past simple Sam. तो प्लीज डू नॉट मिसअंडरस्टैंड दैट. जब मैंने कहा टाइम मेंशन करना, टाइम मेंशन मतलब वो नहीं था 2 साल 3 साल. टाइम ऑफ द एक्शन, कब हुआ कोई चीज. गॉट इट? If not, then watch the recording again and take a look at what I've been explaining. Take a look at this here, grammar spot. Today again, maybe I will explain this. इसमें दोनों को देखना. Number 1. Number 2. Steve Irwin made a lot of wildlife TV programs. Bindi Irwin has made a lot of wildlife TV programs. What is the difference between these two? One is the present perfect and the other is past simple. Now the question is why?
Because Steve Irwin was dead.
Because this is not finished action. Bindi Irwin has made a lot of wildlife TV programs. It's not finished action. Wildlife TV programs, she can still make wildlife TV programs. It's not a finished action. And past simple talks about finished action. So Steve Irwin made a lot of wildlife TV programs. Past simple, correct. Bindi Irwin has made a lot of wildlife TV programs. It is not complete. It didn't happen in the past. So far, up to now, up tak, and she can add more. Bindi Irwin can add more TV programs. So that's why the present perfect. इतना तो छोड़ो, हिंदी बोलने वाले लोग हिंदी में है. बिंदी अरविंद ने ढेर सारे टीवी प्रोग्राम्स बनाए हैं. तुमको क्या टेंशन? Diana and Rosanna may need a little bit explanation, but you guys don't need any explanation because you have a Hindi sentence. बोलो दोस्तों हिंदी वाले, all those people who speak Hindi. Steve Irwin made a lot of wildlife TV programs. Say it in Hindi. All the Hindi speakers, come on, don't be quiet. Answer the question. Say it in Hindi. Steve Irwin made a lot of wildlife TV programs. Wildlife TV programs को वैसे ही रख लो. No problems. Don't translate that part. Sentence tense का translation करो. Steve Irwin ने
वाइल्ड टीवी प्रोग्राम बनाया था.
बनाए या बनाए थे. वो बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम बनाए थे. He made a lot of wildlife TV programs. या बनाया. Now translate the second sentence. Bindi Irwin has made a lot of wildlife TV programs.
बिंदी
अरविंद ने बहुत सारे टीवी प्रोग्राम बनाए हैं.
बहुत सारे टीवी प्रोग्राम्स
बनाए हैं.
बनाए हैं. So obviously the difference is clear because you have both the sentences in Hindi too. You should struggle when that sentence doesn't exist or it functions differently. It has the same function. मैंने तुमको कई बार मना किया है. मैंने तुमको कई बार मना किया था. Do you understand the difference? तो ट्रांसलेट द सेंटेंस। मैंने तुम्हें कई बार मना किया है, स्टॉप यूज कर लो मना करना, स्टॉप। एवरीबॉडी, मना किया है, मना किया था, कई बार मना किया है, कई बार मना किया था।
I have
I
stopped
have
you many times.
stopped you many times.
I have
stopped
stopped
you
you
many
many
times.
times.
समझ में आता है हिंदी में फर्क है, था, क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Why is this sentence wrong? John Lennon has played with the Beatles for 12 years. It implies, because the sentence is the present perfect, John Lennon has played, because the tense is the present perfect, so it connects to the present, which is not possible. John Lennon died many years ago. So this sentence doesn't make sense. Maybe his ghost. Okay. It was a finished action. So the correct sentence would be John Lennon played with the Beatles for
John Lennon played with the
12
Beatles
years.
for 12 years.
हिंदी वाले हिंदी बोल के दिखाओ। जॉन लेनन बीटल्स के साथ
12 साल
12
काम
साल
किए किए
म्यूजिक
थे।
बनाया, काम किया, काम ओके। काम किए हैं नहीं,
No, John Lennon has played. काम किए हैं।
काम किए हैं बोल सकते हैं क्या?
John Lennon has. No, sir.
No.
ये थे या किए, past tense,
Hello?
played with the Beatles. All right, shall we continue? Number 3. Look at the examples. When do we use for? When do we use since? When do we use for? When do we use since? Look at the examples. Let's see. For 2 hours, for 6 weeks, for 10 years, for a long time. Do these 4 examples, 5 examples give you a clue when we are using for? Now look at since. Since 8 o'clock. Since yesterday. Since last week. Since 2010. Since she was 10 or 2. So do you understand the difference between since and for? For tells you a period, 2 hours,
Period of time.
6 weeks, 10 years, 2 days, half an hour. These are periods of time. But then since refers to a moment, 8 o'clock, yesterday, last week,
Exact.
Point of time.
moment, a moment, point in time. 2010, since he was 2, it's not a period.
Exact answer.
We will not say exact or not. We will simply say it's not a period. It's a point. Okay.
Point.
It's a point in time.
Point.
Aisha, Manisha, Musharraf, and Ravi. You guys are off camera. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So let's go to grammar reference, page number 147, so that we can just see what we studied in the present perfect here. Present perfect. Everybody, you are familiar with the forms? Look at the box, the positive and negative on your screen. I, you, we, they in one category. Why? Because with them we use have. He, she, it in one category. Why? Because with them we use has. Verb 3 is common, right? Whether the subject is I, you, we, they, or he, she, it doesn't matter. The verb will be in the third form, one. Got it, everyone? Take a look at that box better, the table. Look at the standing lines. The first line, the first box is for the subject. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Second, has or have. Third, the third form of the verb. So are you all very familiar with the form? I guess you are. Nobody has a problem with the form. This is the form. You should identify, looking at the sentence, that this is the present perfect. The most important parts are here. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. It's common in every sentence. But then take a look. You do have has or have, but after that, the third form of the verb. Just don't decide by looking at has or have. That alone is not enough. I have a sister. Is it the present perfect? I have a sister. Is it the present perfect? Is it the present perfect? Is it a present perfect sentence? I have a sister. Is it a present perfect sentence?
No, sir. No.
What are you looking at? If you're not sure, then slow learner. Take a look here. The third form of the verb is an important part of the present perfect. When I said I have a sister, where is the third form of the verb?
Perfect is the.
I'm
Sir.
talking about the form. Whether the you understand nothing. When you look at a sentence, can you decide, I'm going, is it a present perfect sentence?
No.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. You just look at the sentence and decide whether it is the present perfect or not. Identify them at least. I said I have a sister. Is it the present perfect? Why not?
When you want to say I has.
Just simply say after have, there is no third form of the verb. So it is not the present perfect.
Yeah.
Because after have, there is no third form of the verb. So it is not the present perfect. The moment you see a third form of the verb after has or have, then it is the present perfect. I have a bath every day. Is it the present perfect? I have a bath every day. Is it the present perfect?
Present simple, sir.
Present
Okay.
simple.
And Manisha, I want to tell you and warn you, actually, okay?
I have it. I have a
I
sister.
want to tell
I've
you
got
and
a
warn
sister.
you. Multitasking is
The
not
meaning
gonna
are same.
work. Ask Kusum. Kusum couldn't really cope up with this multitasking. Okay. So multitasking is not gonna help you, Manish. Who? Arish, don't unmute yourself today. You have got people talking around you. Okay, Kalpana, you were multitasking and you couldn't even hear what I was saying. So anybody is multitasking, do it at your own risk. I never recommend that. You should be sitting alone in a quiet place, focusing on what I'm saying. That's it. If you're multitasking, you're not gonna really make the best of this
Sir,
class.
I have fever and the whole day I was not very well. That's why I am very hungry and that's why I want to cook something for me.
I
And
definitely
I was
okay. Like I
I
said,
was in the tuition at 3 to 7.
again, I am not treating you as a kid. I'm not asking you to clarify why you're doing it. I'm telling you, do you understand the difference in attitudes, guys? I'm not asking you to clarify or give me an explanation for why you're doing this. I'm just giving you some information, some suggestion that remember, multitasking doesn't work with a language class. When you're learning a language, you need to be fully focused on the teacher's words. Only then you can benefit from the class. That's my feedback. Now, I understand that you are doing it for a reason, but you should be aware. And next time, maybe you should avoid creating a situation where you have to multitask. Got it? And I'm not asking you to explain your situation because, again, I'm not treating you like a kid. Question. When you form questions, what do? You just pick this has or have from here and you bring it before the subject.
The subject.
Have you ever won a competition?
Yeah.
Now, this is a question. Have you ever won a
Won a
competition?
competition.
Have you ever been to the United States? Got it? Look at the short answers. Have you been to Las Vegas? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Has she ever written a novel? Yes, she has.
He has.
No, she
He
hasn't.
has.
Remember, avoid this in your short answers. Avoid the contracted forms like I apostrophe VE, they apostrophe VE. Avoid them. Don't use them in your answers, short answers. Full words. Yes, I have. Not yes, I apostrophe VE. Never. Don't use these in your short answers. In the negative, you can say, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Yeah, but you cannot say, yes, I apostrophe VE. You can't do that. It's a very important point because I've seen people making this mistake. Everybody, I want your focus on these two lines. We cannot use I apostrophe VE, a very, very common mistake. Yes, we don't say yes, it's. We say yes, it is. We don't say yes, his. We say yes, he is. Right? Similarly. Very good that you draw a parallel there. Very good. This is the most important thing. When I'm teaching you something right now, try and relate it to what you already know and see if it is the same or different. Always compare the new knowledge, new piece of information with what you already know. Yes. Yes. And emphasize the helping verb. Yes, I have. Yes, you are. Okay. Normally, helping verbs are not emphasized, but they are emphasized in the short answers. You are crazy. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. See? But normally you don't really emphasize the helping verbs. You say, I'm not crazy. You are crazy. You are crazy. You don't say you are crazy. You don't do that. You say you're crazy. Okay. But in short answer, I'm not crazy. Yes, you are. Okay. So moving on. Uses. The present perfect expresses an action or state which began in the past and continues to the present. Use number one, remember, 4 or 5 years, all my life. I have known John for 6 years. Knowing John started 6 years ago. The first time I met John was 6 years ago. And till today, I know him, of course. So I have known John for 6 years.
For 6 years.
Everybody, I want you to translate this sentence into Hindi.
मैं जॉन को 6 साल से जान रहा हूँ.
जान रहा हूँ, जानता हूँ, doesn't matter. Okay? We are not learning Hindi grammar, so I'm not going to make a comment whether it is grammatically correct or not. जानता हूँ, जान रहा हूँ, whatever you say. Will you say जान चुका हूँ? Will you say जान चुका हूँ?
No.
Of course not. Doesn't make sense. 6 साल से जान चुका हूँ. Okay. How long have you worked for the London Gazette? Zafri, there are people around you talking. How long have you worked for the London Gazette? Okay. How long have you worked? कब से? कितना दिन किए हैं? Both are correct. कितना दिन और कब से? Both are correct. Okay. कितना दिन किए हैं और कब से किए हैं? Okay. कितना दिन सीखे इंग्लिश? कब से सीख रहे हैं इंग्लिश? How long have you learned English? Everyone, how long have you learned English? Tell me when you started. Okay. You can answer this question. I have learned English for 2 years. I've learned English for 3 years. I've learned English all my life. I've learned English since I was a child. Okay. Imrana is not here, is she? No. Khushi is not here. Sunita is not here. Okay. Now, with this first use, when you talk about an action that started in the past and has continued to the present, these expressions are very useful. For and since expressions are very useful. For 3 years, since 2010, they have lived here for 5 years. They have lived here since 2010. Okay. So for and since, expressions become very useful here. How long? How long have you been single? How long have you been married? First use is clear. Now, note is very important. In many languages, this use is expressed by a present tense, not a perfect tense. But in English, we say, Peter has been a teacher for 10 years. But in many languages, it is expressed in the present simple. Okay, present tense. I would like to know from the 2 foreign students in the class, Rosanna and Diana, please tell me, if you want to say Peter has been a teacher for 10 years, do you need an equivalent of the present perfect in your language? Or you will say this sentence, this idea, in a simple present sentence, like Peter is a teacher, this the translation of this. Rosanna, unmute yourself.
Ok. Peter insegna da no, sì, 10 anni. Peter insegna da 10 anni. Present simple. Peter insegna.
Oh, just a second. Sorry. Okay, give me a second. Could you just repeat?
In Italian language, in italiano. We Italian don't use present perfect. It doesn't exist at all.
Okay, good. That's interesting. Now I can understand why you have a little bit of a problem with this. So,
Yeah.
Rosanna, say Peter is a teacher. Say just Peter is a teacher in Italian. Italian, yes.
Peter è un insegnante.
Peter è un
È un insegnante.
insegnante. Okay. Now you have to say for 10 years. You have to add for 10 years. How do you add?
Peter è insegnante da 10 anni.
Perfect. Thank you. It is the same in Hindi. In many languages, this doesn't exist. ये बोले हिंदी में पीटर टीचर है, पीटर 10 साल से टीचर है, कोई चेंज हुआ टेंस में? ना, मैं तुमको जानता हूं, मैं तुमको 10 साल से जानता हूं. Present simple. Let's go to Diana and see if she can understand what we are talking about here. Diana.
Yes.
So I want you to say, I am a student in your language, in Russian, Ukrainian. Which language would you like to translate it into? I am a student. You need to say this much only, Diana.
In my language, it is я студент.
Okay. I am a student, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know, in English, you can say, I have been a student for 2 years. I have been a student for 2 years. Now, if you want to say, if you understand this sentence, do you know what this sentence means? Okay, Diana, how long have you known me? How long have you known me? Do you understand this question? I think Diana has got problems with her internet a little bit.
Yes, I have problem with internet.
Yes. Diana, I want you to say, I want you to answer this question. How long have you known me? And if you don't understand the question, you can say, I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Okay. So, first time we met, you and I, we met first time in the past. When was that? When was that? In 2024 or in 2023? I think 2024, this year.
Yeah.
So we met, in, let's say, February. We met in February, okay? You and I, we met in February, okay? You can say that I have known Vinay, the teacher of English, since February 2024. I have known. Okay? You will not say I know Vinay. You will say I have known Vinay since February 2024. Diana, listen. I have known you since February 2024. Okay? I have known you for 10 months. I have known you for 10 months, Diana. I have known you for 10 months. Okay? You understand that? Now, what does it mean? You are, Diana, you are my student. You are my student. I'm your teacher. Okay? Now we want to add this period of time. We want to add this period of time to this sentence. You are my student. Fine. But now I'm saying you have been my student for 10 months. You have been my student for 10 months. Make sense? You have
Yeah.
been my student for 10 months. It means you first became my student 10 months ago. You joined my class 10 months ago. Got it?
Yeah.
So now say you are a student. You are, say, I am your student. I mean, about myself. Say, I'm your student, sir. Say it in Ukrainian or Russian, whatever. Say it. I am your student.
Я твій студент.
Okay. Now add the time period for 10 months.
Е, Я студент 5 місяців.
No change of tense. No change of tense. I did not notice any significant change of the verb form. So English is unique in this way that English is the only language so far we have established in this class. You know, Rasana speaks Italian, we speak Hindi, Diana speaks Ukrainian and Russian. And in all these languages, we don't need the present perfect to express this idea. Present simple itself is enough, right? But in English, you have to say, I have been your student. So somebody asks you, Diana, somebody asks you,
In
how
my
long
country,
have you been? Yes, Diana.
in my country, I have three period of time: past, simple, and future.
I can understand.
I don't have past simple, past perfect.
And you don't have continuous tense, I think. You don't have continuous.
It's all past.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. You know, trying to learn tenses of your language is going to be so interesting. I would challenge all my Indian students to try and learn the tenses.
But in my country, what mm, uh, is, mm, for example, спати. Спав, буду спати.
I understand
One
what you're
second.
trying to say. I understand what you're trying to say. You use other words in combination to refer to different, actions in different ways, like in different tenses we use in English. So they, like in Hindi, we also do the same. So maybe the verb forms don't exist. Like in English also, there are only 5 forms. Okay. But we create different tenses by adding, have, be, and stuff. So I can understand. What I'm asking you all to do, I challenge you guys, take 1 month's time and with 3-4 words, okay, like learn words like teacher, learn words like I, okay, and learn different tenses of the Ukrainian language or Russian language. How many different tenses are there? Try and learn going online. It is going to be so hard because they don't have the present continuous. Instead of saying, suppose, Diana, you want to say you are learning English right now, you're learning English. You are listening to me. It's happening now.
Yeah.
But you don't have a tense to express this in Russian, I think, because I've talked to some Russians before, and they told me they don't have a tense for this continuity. They have the same present simple. How do they express it?
In English, listen for all, for I, for me, for you. But in my country, listening was слухаю, слухає, слухають, слухає. It's the change, the ending changes.
The ending changes.
Yeah.
Yes,
For
we
all
call it inflection.
person.
Inflection in grammatical terms, the inflections, and I can understand because again, for me, it's not a big problem. Okay. I'm so well familiar with these ideas that when I'm going to learn a language, I'm ready for these challenges, that this language is going to throw up something new and I'm ready for it. Problem is with those who have always spoken one language and they think every language should have the similar, a mirror image, another equivalent. No, you have to be prepared. That's why I learned English better, because I accepted that English is not like Hindi. देखो ये वाला line, मैं तुम्हें 10 साल से जानता हूँ, और ताहू तीहू तो प्रेजेंट सिंपल है. There are, I know, पिछले 10-15 सालों में a lot of things have changed in Bihar State thanks to our teaching here. You know, a lot of students are now teaching as well. They have spread so many things. I didn't know anybody about 15 years ago who translated this sentence. मैं आपको 10 साल से जानता हूँ. They all teachers. They translated, I know you for 15 years, 10 years. I know you for 15 years. Teachers of English translated this way. Okay, I actually had such a good time. This was the reason why I didn't give up this job, because I felt, wow, people don't know much. I'm doing my job in a very way, but I didn't realize that, maybe future would be slightly different. भी जॉब के चलते ना लोग पढ़ना छोड़ चुके हैं बहुत सारा. I think quality has improved to a certain extent. Some teachers have learned these things and they're teaching now, which is good. I'm happy for the students. Yes, yeah. Okay. I am now considered a senior teacher. For my experience, like all those people who are teaching are young people, and a lot of them will simply, maybe some of them will not acknowledge it for business reasons that they have been my students, or if they learned from me and stuff. But a lot of them will accept. They are, oh, Vinay sir, I was his teacher. They will not have any disrespect towards me when you mention my name if they're teachers of English, because they know they're teachers. They understand where their knowledge, ends there. And sometimes they come to me, they talk to me. A lot of them are in touch with me, and then we have conversations and I give them inputs. I don't miss a chance to prove that, yes, okay, teach, fine, but yes.
Whenever I told about you, always they say Sony sir.
Oh, that's confusion. That's all right. Totally. I don't mind that. That's totally okay.
I talked about
Yes. People think Sony sir, my bhaiya is Sony sir. I am Vinay sir, by the way. Yeah.
Sony sir.
Okay. You have to explain, isn't it? Yeah. Homework, Sunita.
And we have to tell that you are the younger brother of Sony sir.
Yeah, now
Today,
I look older.
no, today one student is also asking that is he Sony sir? I told him
No.
no, he is Vinay sir.
Okay. So I was asking, is Sunita here? Sunita, are you here, Sunita?
Yes, sir, I am here.
My goodness. Okay, Sunita. Tell
Sir,
me, where is your
you
home?
are not looking you older, but Manisha is looking older than you.
Is she?
Manisha.
Okay.
Because
Winter season is not everybody's thing. Some people look younger in winter season, more attractive because of their style and all. And for some people, it is time to wrap up in a blanket or shawl. Yeah. Sunita, homework.
Sorry.
I'll put it all on record every day. I told you. Prove me wrong. Homework, Sunita. कर लो. जरूरी. Okay, people, let's move on. So, yep, this is an important point. In English, we have to do this. So, I was talking to her, Diana. Diana, I have a simple question. If somebody asks you, how long have you been Vinay's student? How long have you been Vinay's student? What will you say? You will say, for 10 months. I have been his student for 10 months. I would be very happy if you could repeat that sentence to me. Say, I.
Answer of question.
The answer first. That will help. That's easy. I have been.
I
have been your student for 10 months.
It's not a problem for you, Manisha. It's a problem for Diana because she's learning different, for much lesser time. Yes.
I have been your student
For
10 months.
Very good. Lovely. And if somebody wants to ask you, then what will they ask you? How long have you been his student or Vinay's student? How long have you been? Okay, let me ask you, Diana, how long have you been married?
I have been married for 5 years.
Very good. How long have you been a wife?
I have been a wife for 5 years.
Exactly. That question was absolutely silly, but I just did that for the sake of practice. I know, because the question was very much the same. If you have been married for 5 years, it means you have been a wife for 5 years. But I just asked this. Now I have another question. When did you become a mother? When did you become a mother? See, guys, I changed the tense. Focus hard. When did you become a mother?
Um, I have been a
No,
mother.
no. You didn't notice the change of tense. I said, when did you become a mother? When did you? Did you? Past tense, okay?
I stayed a mother.
When did you become a mother? When did you become a mother? So you will say, I became, past tense, V2, the second form.
I
I became a mother
a mother
3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago.
2 years ago.
You became a mother 2 years ago, which means you have been a mother for 2 years. You have been a mother for 2 years. Everybody understood through Diana. I gave practice to everybody, right? Okay. Homework, Sunita.
Sir, today I didn't do my homework.
Thank you. Okay. The present perfect connects the present and the past. The present perfect connects the present and the past. It expresses experiences in life before now. It expresses experiences. I can use experience. I can use experience. I have met a lot of famous people. I have met a lot of famous people. Yeah. The action of meeting has completed, but there is a connection. I have met. Okay, present. I met, past tense, past reference, finished action, but I have met and I can meet more. I can. So it's not a finished action in a way. She has won a lot of awards. She has won. Okay, experiences. She can win more. Okay, experience. I have traveled a lot in Africa. I have my experience in my life. Okay, she's written 3 books. She can write more. Say it all in Hindi, all these. She has written 3 books. Ravi, she has written 3 books. Ravi, she has written 3 books in Hindi.
उसने 3 किताब लिखा है।
Very good. I have traveled a lot in Africa.
मैं अफ्रीका में बहुत घूमा हूँ।
Very good. She has won a lot of awards.
वो अवार्ड वो बहुत ज्यादा अवार्ड जीते हैं।
Very good. I've met a lot of famous people.
मैं बहुत फेमस लोगों से मिला हूँ।
Now compare the Hindi. There is a similarity in all these Hindis. In all these sentences, there is hai, who, Hai is very important. Okay? Only then it is the present perfect. Otherwise, it can't be. Okay. The action can continue to the present and probably into the future. He has made 6 TV programs. He has made. Can he not make some more? He can. He can. Probably. Okay. The action can continue probably into the future. So present perfect started in the past, has continued to the present, and might continue into the future too. मैंने बहुत लड़कों को इंग्लिश सिखाया है. Continue in the future सिखाऊंगा भी. So I have taught a lot of students. I've taught English to a lot of students. Ever and never are common with this use. Ever and never are common with this use. Have you ever been to? तो एक पहला use के साथ हो गया for और since, और दूसरे के साथ ever and never. Have you ever been to Africa? I've never played poker. Very common. I've never done it. I've never done it. No experience. Okay. I've never smoked. I've never smoked. Number three, the third use, which I have already explained to you, and there some action has been completed, right? Task has been completed. काम हो गया है. Take a look. I've lost my wallet. अच्छा ये present में situation ऐसा. I've lost my wallet. मेरा wallet खो गया. ऐसा नहीं कि खोने वाला काम मैंने पूरा कर लिया. ऐसा नहीं समझना इसको. Okay. I've lost my wallet means I haven't got it now. अभी अरे बेटा मेरा wallet हुआ. लगता है खो गया क्या? I think I've lost my wallet. Connection with the present. Present perfect has to have a connection with the present. That's why the name has present to it. Okay? Into it. The taxi has arrived. Jana, the taxi has arrived. Why are you sitting here? Go. The taxi has arrived. There is a connection to the present. Why are you sitting here? Go. The taxi has arrived. Yeah. लेकिन उस मामले में he is standing. He is standing. He is standing. He is standing outside. Okay. Has the postman been? This is a very good question. Has the postman been? Normally people ask, postman आया है? अभी तक आया है कि? तो has the postman been? कम क्यों नहीं बोलेंगे? कम क्यों नहीं बोलेंगे? आके बैठेगा कि देके जाएगा? That's why. Has the postman been? Not has the postman come? A very typical question people can ask you. बताओ postman आया है कि नहीं कैसे पूछेंगे? But don't ask has the postman come? The postman been? The same way. Has the newspaper वाला been? आता देख newspaper pick निकल गया. Has the newspaper वाला been? Okay. Next. For number three, just, already, and yet are very common. इसमें देख लेना. She has just had some good news. I've just eaten my dinner. I have just eaten my dinner. I have already had breakfast. I have already informed him. Okay. Have you locked the door yet? Have you locked the door yet? So it is about finishing the task. Okay. Have you locked the door yet? It is 11 o'clock and she hasn't got up yet. She hasn't come out of the room yet. New bow, she hasn't come out of the room yet. So the main three uses that I told you, they are here. You learn them. Now, the present perfect and the past simple, everybody. Compare. I lived in Paris. Past simple. I lived in Paris. Finished action from 2007 to 2000 and now. The action is finished now. And compare this one. I have lived in London. I still do. Not finished. I have lived. I'm still living there. Okay. I've lived in London means I'm still in London. Remember this one. I've lived in London since 2009 means I still do. I still live there. I still live in London. I have been to Scotland. I know this experience. I've been to Scotland. I went with my wife or husband 2 years ago. Sam, take a look. 2 years ago. That's why I went. Past simple. 2 years ago. Reference of the time when this action happened. When did I go? 2 years ago. At a definite time in the past. At a definite time. At a definite time. That's past simple. Have you ever flown in a helicopter? Indefinite time. बताया नहीं कब. कभी भी. Have you ever flown in a helicopter? Yes, I have. तो ये हो गया कभी भी. टाइम मेंशन नहीं है. अब पूछा टाइम के बारे में. When did you fly? पहले पूछा have you ever flown? When did you fly? Where did you fly? I flew over New York. Oh dear, I've broken my glasses. मैंने अभी तुरंत तुमको खबर दी. I will keep giving you small inputs, okay, as we move on. बेटा news देना है किसी को, news देना है, okay? News. If you want to share, break the news to someone, use the present perfect. Your dog has died. किसी को बताना है. Your dog has died. हाँ, news दिया आपने. News देना है, okay? India have won the World Cup. News देना है दोस्तों. So when you give the news, use the present perfect, everybody. Will you remember this small tip? कुसुम अपने तरफ से चलोगे मेरे साथ चलोगे?
सॉरी
तुम्हारे पास टाइम होगा अकेले खुद पढ़ने का? नो प्रॉब्लम्स, बट व्हाइल यू आर विद मी आई थिंक यू शुड बी लिसनिंग टू मी रादर देन रीडिंग ऑन योर ओन एंड इग्नोरिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग हियर. You know, I don't know what it takes to be a smart student. I expect you all to be a smart student. When I say smart student, I'm not talking about your ability to learn fast. I'm talking about what you are supposed to do as a student in the class.
Sorry, sir. I didn't notice that I am on mute, and I
That-
was counting
Oh
something other
my
thing.
goodness, Kalpana, you are responding in a very negative way. Now you are saying, was your fault that you left yourself unmuted, or your fault was that you were not listening to me, you were reading on your own?
Actually, sir, I got a call, and
Uh-huh.
that's why I discussing to myself about something, and I
And still not
didn't
listening,
notice.
still not listening to me, still not listening to me, still not listening to me. Okay. हरीश बाबू ये काहे बनाया आपने बीन? मेरे एग्जाम्पल देखो, कुछ बातें कुछ समझना बहुत जरूरी है. जो सुना है उसी को अप्लाई करना, इसको कहते हैं फास्ट लर्नर. हरीश, बीन में मैंने क्या रीजनिंग दी थी? ये कि सेल्स में ये पोस्टमैन आएगा तो बैठेगा कि आके चला जाएगा,
आटे खिला जाएगा सर.
और न्यूज़पेपर वाला न्यूज़पेपर फेंकेगा और चला जाएगा. तो ये लाइन के बारे में क्यों लिखा तुमने, हैज इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बीन? ये क्यों पूछा तुमने? ये कब पूछेंगे, कब बोलेंगे?
Suppose there was no electricity and I just got home and saw that there is electricity, so I asked to my mom.
Absolutely not. Okay. Guys, been refers to two-way direction, okay? Either going, coming, or coming and going. So it has to be a V shape, two-way direction. That is been, okay? Been refers to
Okay,
two
sir.
journeys. A funny example though. So
Sir,
in
has the
everybody's,
electricity coming?
भाई मुझे नहीं पता ये क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हो तुम. हिंदी में बता दो फिर मैं बताऊंगा.
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आ गई क्या?
Okay. Well, normally we don't say that. We say, do we have electricity? Yeah. Yeah. And हाँ, बीन और कम तो नहीं बोलते हैं, बट या बोल सकते हैं electricity come yet. Okay, but that's literal translation. Actually, you know, because most of my conversation in English is with my people from England and America, and this is not a very frequent question they ask. It's a third word problem, no? That you'll have power cuts, right? So that's why I'm struggling with this sentence. I've never actually thought of this sentence that how they will say it. I mean, I know how to say it correctly, but I want to sound more natural. Has the electricity is electricity present? Oh, okay, let's go with this. Is electricity present? Yeah, that's what I'll go with. Okay, is electricity present? Yeah. Okay, I'll stay with this. And I was gonna say something. Yeah, I was gonna give a funny example. Okay, so in every household in India, this is very common. When you guys were young kids and you were with a lot of cousins together, 5, 6, or 7 of them, and suddenly there would be a bad smell, right? And people would start finger pointing. It is him. It is him. No, it's not me. Oh, it's him. Okay, and there is a very common sentence. "Ye nahi gaya aaj." Okay. Ye nahi gaya aaj. All right, mummy will say that, or another cousin will say, "Tu nahi gaya aaj." All right. In English, you will say, "You haven't been today." You haven't been today, and you know what it means. Why been क्यों? क्योंकि जाएगा तो जाके बैठ जाएगा, क्या आता ही जा करके. तो तू नहीं गया आज मतलब this ना, कि खाली this. Okay, and that's why you haven't been. You haven't been today. I have been today. Ask mom. Experience. Yes, exactly. Always. Remember this gesture I'm making, okay? Okay? Two-way journey. Either this or this. Okay? First go, come and go, or go and come. Two things. Okay? Then you use been. And in the present perfect only. Okay? In the present perfect only. Two-way journey. Okay? So has everybody been today? Okay, don't answer, please. Okay, all right. Three experiences. Now, third is actions, tasks performed. मेरा खो गया है, मेरा खो गया है, मेरा ये खो गया है, तो पैसा कैसे पे करें? पैसा देना, नहीं दे सकते पैसा, वॉलेट खो गया, I've lost my wallet. क्या हुआ, टेंशन में लग रहा है? Why are you looking tense? I've lost my wallet. प्रेजेंट से कनेक्शन है. हिंदी में बोली, मेरा वॉलेट खो गया है. कौन सा टेंस है? प्रेजेंट सिंपल साउंड किया, यस से बोल रहे. कंटिन्यूअस साउंड किया, कंटिन्यूअस. क्या बात करें, खो गया है कंटिन्यूअस है, खो गया है कंटिन्यूअस, खो रहा है. क्या कर रहे हैं आप, क्या कर रहे हैं आप? कंटिन्यूअस में क्या होता है, रहा है, ये नहीं समझ में आता हमें. हम हंस रहे हैं, हम पढ़ा रहे हैं, खो गया है कैसे? खोने का काम हो गया कि खो रहा है, बीच में है.
हो गया.
तो खो गया में तो फिर तो बचा ही क्या, दो टेंस खत्म हो गए. प्रेजेंट सिंपल आउट, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यू आउट, तो है के साथ है, तो कौन सा बचा? प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट. आई हैव लॉस्ट माय वॉलेट. आपको इसमें फंसा क्या रहा है, मुझे बताइए. आप अच्छी स्टूडेंट,
India have won the first test match.
Sir, I have lost my wallet. Then I haven't got it now.
मतलब इसका मतलब हुआ कि मेरे पास नहीं है अभी. आई हैव लॉस्ट माय वॉलेट. अच्छा, आप इसको दूसरा सेंटेंस बोले, आई लॉस्ट माय वॉलेट. पास्ट सिंपल है ना. पास्ट सिंपल इज यूज्ड व्हेन यू आर रेफरिंग टू अ पास्ट इवेंट, व्हेन यू आर रेफरिंग टू अ,
वॉलेट खो गया है.
हाँ, खो गया है. हम इतनी जानी, खो गया है, खो गया है, खो गया, तो पास्ट सिंपल. तो आप दोनों में फर्क कर सकते हैं ना, कब आपको बोलना है खो गया, कब बोलना है खो गया है. बस वैसे चूज कर लो, हिंदी के हिसाब से चूज कर लो, बिकॉज यू गाइस आर. हाँ हाँ, आई हैवंट गॉट इट ना, वो तो उसका मतलब हुआ. हाँ हाँ, मेरे पास नहीं है अभी. ओके, आई हैवंट गॉट इट नाउ, मेरे पास अब नहीं है क्योंकि खो गया है. दोस्तों, मैंने खाना बना दिया और मैंने खाना बना दिया है. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस इन हिंदी? फॉरगेट अबाउट इंग्लिश. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस व्हेन यू विल से मैंने खाना बना दिया एंड मैंने खाना बना दिया है? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस इन हिंदी?
Yes, sir.
I will ask you, I will give you the situation and I will ask you which sentence you will choose, okay? Ravi, mute yourself. Ravi, mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. Okay, guys, here is a situation, okay? You are responding to somebody, you are telling somebody, you're giving them confirmation that they can invite the guests. They can invite the guests, okay? तो कौन सा सेंटेंस सही होगा? मैंने खाना बना दिया या मैंने खाना बना दिया है? फिर से सुन लो सिचुएशन. पर्पस क्या है? तुम्हें बताना है कि सामने वाला अपने गेस्ट को अंदर बुला ले, ठीक है? विच
खाना
हिंदी
बना दिया है.
सब लोग से सुनना है मुझे, ऑल द हिंदी स्पीकर्स.
खाना बना दिया है.
हाँ, मैंने खाना बना दिया, बुला लो अपने गेस्ट को. यही आएगा ना, मैंने खाना बना दिया है, बुला लो गेस्ट को. मैंने बोला था ना, यू कैन कॉल योर गेस्ट इन नाउ. तो सारे लोग कंफर्म है इस बारे में? अभी हिंदी बस इतना समझ गए कि ये कौन सा टेंस होगा? प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट. बाकी मैं वर्ड ऑर्डर को करेक्ट करता रहूंगा, टेंशन नहीं. चॉइस प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट बेटर. अब सुनो दूसरा. यू आर डिस्क्राइबिंग समबॉडी, एन इंटरेस्टिंग पार्टी. यू आर डिस्क्राइबिंग टू समवन एन इंटरेस्टिंग पार्टी. उसमें कौन सा सेंटेंस आने का चांसेस है? मैंने खाना बना दिया कि मैंने खाना बना दिया है? यू आर डिस्क्राइबिंग टू समवन an interesting party that you experienced, you had some time in life. You are talking about it. Which sentence is most probably gonna be part of that conversation? मैंने खाना बना दिया कि मैंने खाना बना दिया है? नहीं समझ में आ रहा? हिंदी में बोल दूं? आप किसी को अपने अपने एक पार्टी के बारे में बता रहे हैं कि एक पार्टी आपकी लाइफ में बहुत मजेदार पार्टी हुई थी, उसके बारे में बता रहे हैं. ओके, आपके लाइफ में एक मजेदार पार्टी के बारे में था कुछ, उसके बारे में बता रहे हो लोगों को. एक ग्रुप को बता रहे हो, उस बात बताने के दौरान विच सेंटेंस आर यू मोर लाइकली टू यूज? खाना बना दिया है कि खाना बना दिया? हिंदी हिंदी हिंदी, जोर से अनम्यूट।
खाना
बोलो।
बना दिया, मतलब
है
दिए।
कि बना दिया कि बिना बना दिया है?
बाबू
दिया।
बना दिया।
रुकैया, ऐशा,
खाना बना दिया है।
अच्छा क्या कैसे आएगा वो सेंटेंस? मुझे करके दिखाओ, यूज करके दिखाओ।
किस
जो मैंने बोला था क्या था?
खाना बना दिया मे बी या
क्वेश्चन क्या था? पहले क्वेश्चन क्या था? फर्स्ट वी नीड टू नो व्हाट द क्वेश्चन वाज। व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन आयशा?
बता दें कि मैंने खाना बना दिया है।
मैंने फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, मैं फिर से बोलता हूँ। आप एक मजेदार पार्टी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, एक मजेदार पार्टी के बारे में बता रहे हैं। चलिए, आपके लाइफ में बहुत सारी पार्टीज हुई होंगी आयशा, तो आप एक पार्टी के बारे में बता रहे हैं इस ग्रुप को, यहाँ पर सारे लोगों को। उस बताने के दौरान कौन सा सेंटेंस आप ज्यादा लाइकली हैं यूज करने के? कौन सा सेंटेंस ज्यादा चांस है आपके यूज करने के? मैंने खाना बना दिया कि मैंने खाना बना दिया है?
मैंने खाना बना दिया।
और अभी भी आयशा को नहीं पल्ले पड़ा है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ क्यों। क्योंकि उसको इस तरीके से एहसास नहीं हो पा रहा है कि मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, समझ ही नहीं पा रही है।
बिकॉज व्हेन वी से खाना बना दिया है इट मीन्स अभी राइट नाउ।
जबकि तुम एक
ये तो
पार्टी की
पास
बात
की
कर रहे हो
बात
जो
हो रही है।
पार्टी हो गई,
या तो
Yes.
खाना
और
बना
तुम उस
दिया।
पार्टी के बारे में बता रहे हो, तो विच सेंटेंस आर यू मोर लाइकली टू यूज?
खाना
खाना
बना
मैंने
दिया।
बना दिया।
अब लेके आते हैं उसको एग्जांपल। तो मैं सुबह सुबह उठा, मैंने खाना बना दिया और लोगों को बुला लिया। अब ऐसे करके बात कर सकते हैं ना? बस हो गया, यही है। तो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड विच सेंटेंस अपीयर्स वेयर। बोथ द सेंटेंस आर करेक्ट। मैंने खाना बना दिया है इज करेक्ट, मैंने खाना बना दिया इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट। And let me tell you, Rusana, okay, and Diana, if you're here, yes, these people have exact equivalent and still so much of a struggle. The present perfect exists in English, in Hindi, the same way as it exists in English, for the same purposes that you use the present perfect in English. We use the present perfect for the same purposes in Hindi. Okay, except for the first one. Except for the first one. First use is different. मैंने 10 साल से जानता हूँ. That is special, only in English. But the second and the third use, in Hindi we have that tense. And still we have so many people struggling. It's amazing. It's amazing how poorly we observe the comparison thing between two languages. It's amazing. It surprises me so much. I'll keep trying though. Okay, I have another example for you. Okay. So everybody in the classroom is talking about, there are two sentences. मैंने शेर देखा, मैंने शेर देखा है. Everybody in the class is talking about their last visit to the zoo. Okay, everybody? They are describing their last visit to the zoo. Everybody in the class, children's class, they are describing their last visit to the zoo. Now, which sentence they are more likely to use in that description? मैंने शेर देखा और मैंने शेर देखा है.
मैंने
I
शेर
saw tiger.
मैं इंग्लिश की बात नहीं कर रहा, हिंदी.
Oh, मैंने शेर देखा.
सर देखा है।
मैं आयशा,
Sure.
मैं फिर से कंफ्यूज एक्सप्रेशन बता रहे हैं, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, बात करो, मैं हेल्प करने की कोशिश करूंगा. क्या लग रहा है? क्या सवाल क्या है दोस्तों? एक क्लास है बच्चों का, और सारे बच्चे किस बारे में बात करें? व्हाट आर दे टॉकिंग अबाउट? देयर इज अ क्लास ऑफ चिल्ड्रन, एंड व्हाट आर दे टॉकिंग अबाउट? दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट देयर लास्ट विजिट टू द जू, राइट? अब उसमें वो कौन सा सेंटेंस ज्यादा लाइकली यूज करेंगे? उस बताने के दौरान कौन सा सेंटेंस ज्यादा लाइकली यूज करेंगे? मैंने शेर देखा और मैंने शेर देखा है.
मैंने शेर देखा।
देखा। मैंने शेर देखा।
ओके. रवि, संजीव, मनीषा, तानी तानी तानी
या
तानी.
देखा, देखा सर।
मुशर्रफ, कल्पना।
सर देखा है।
देखा सर, देखा। मैंने शेर देखा।
ओके, संजीव।
यस
देखिए,
सर,
कॉन्टेक्स्ट दे रहा हूं
देखा।
ताकि पता चले कि कौन सा सेंटेंस कहाँ उतरता है, राइट, आ जाता है। आपकी इमेजिनेशन पर डिपेंड कर रहा है।
सर
और
ये
आप
तो
लोग
एक्सपीरियंस की बात हो रही थी ना।
जो करना है बोल लो मेरे मेरे भाई, लेकिन तुम बहुत जबरदस्त तरीके से फेल किए हो। अभी फिर समझाता हूँ। चलो, तुम हो बच्चे, तुम थोड़े के लिए बच्चा बन जाओ। क्लास में हो तुम बच्चे, मैं भी एक बच्चा, आयशा भी एक बच्ची। पता है, हम आखिरी बार जब गए थे ना, चलो शुरू करो। मनीषा, मैंने यही बताया था ना, चिल्ड्रन आर टॉकिंग अबाउट देयर लास्ट विजिट टू द
लास्ट।
जू। चलो मनीषा,
यस
डिस्क्राइब योर
सर।
लास्ट विजिट टू द जू। बताना शुरू करो, इमेजिनेशन यूज करो अपना। एक बच्चा अपने लास्ट विजिट के बारे में बात कर रहा है।
हम लोग चिड़ियाघर गए थे और शेर देखे।
तो क्या हो गया? कहाँ गया है? शेर देखे। अभी कितना आसानी से बोल दी, है ना? वही मैं पूछा था ना कि दोनों में से कौन सा चाहिए, देखे हैं या देखे देखे। शेर देखा है या शेर देखा। अब समझ में आया कौन सा चाहिए यूज किया तुमने उस डिस्क्रिप्शन में? शेर
और
देखा। कॉन्टेक्स्ट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, कॉन्टेक्स्ट मनीषा। ठीक है, तुमने वहां गलत बोल दिया, शेर देखा है। कैसे बोल पाओगी, ये नहीं बोल पाओगी। अभी मैं अब दूसरा सिचुएशन देता हूं, ओके। चिल्ड्रन आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ मेनी एनिमल्स they have to tick a list. Okay, the teacher has given them a list of animals and they have to tick the list, the animals they have seen. अब बताओ वो क्या बोल के, कौन सा सेंटेंस वहां ज्यादा लाइकली आने का? देखा है शेर कि देखा, शेर देखा कि शेर देखा है।
देखा है।
देखा है।
यही बोलते हुए टिक करेंगे। मैंने शेर देखा है, टिक। मैंने लोमड़ी देखा है, टिक। ठीक है, मैंने कुत्ता देखा है, टिक। Okay, yes, I hope you understand, guys. So both the sentences are absolutely fine, but they are used in different context. The past simple देखा is past simple, देखा है is the present perfect. है के साथ connection है ना present का. So that's why Rosanna has already understood a little bit of what I was teaching using her understanding of what I was explaining. Well done, Rosanna. Okay, but unfortunately, you're not learning any Hindi. Otherwise, you would have learned the Hindi present perfect by now already. She's very quick learner, by the way, guys. वो ध्यान खाली मेरे वर्ड पे ध्यान दे रही है। मैंने कहा देखा, उसका कहा देखा है, ओ देखा है। All right, she was noticing that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, she's a very quick learner, like I said, you know. तो दोस्तों, आपका चॉइस होगा, आपके इमेजिनेशन फेल कर देंगे आपको। मनीषा, आपने गलत जवाब दिया था, आप मानती हैं? आपका इमेजिनेशन आपको फेल कर गया। योर इमेजिनेशन फेल्ड यू हियर, नॉट योर इंग्लिश, बिकॉज दैट सेंटेंस वाज इन हिंदी एंड आई डिस्क्राइब द सिचुएशन इन हिंदी। कि सारे बच्चे अपने क्लास में अपने पिछले जू के एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। मैंने एक्सपीरियंस वर्ड बोला, मनीषा फंस गई। एक्सपीरियंस सुना, उसने कहा प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट होगा। तोते की तरह नहीं कर सकते तुम। मैं क्या था कि सारे बच्चे अपने पिछले जू के एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बात करें। कैसे बोले, हम लोग मम्मी पापा के साथ गए थे, हम लोग इतने बजे पहुंचे, फिर हम लोगों ने सबसे पहले ये देखा, फिर हम लोग आगे बढ़े, फिर हमने शेर देखा। आ गया, तुम भी तो देखा है में ही थे। लल्लू लाल। ओके, so guys, I have got another situation, last one, or is it? Yeah, we have time. Okay, one last one. I think by now it should be clear. मैं पूछने में I'm feeling embarrassed even in asking because I think it's so easy now. Okay, but I don't know if somebody will still give me a wrong answer. I'm very scared as well. On the one hand, I think that I'm gonna ask a silly question because everybody knows what I'm gonna ask. They should answer, and still at the back of my mind, I'm feeling like maybe somebody will mess up one more time. Okay, let's see. Yeah. मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने, मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने हैं। ओके, ओके गाइस, देयर आर टू सेंटेंसेस, मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने एंड मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने हैं। ओके, पहने, पहने हैं। ऑलराइट, Now just decide, I'm giving you the context, कहाँ बोलना है, कौन सा आएगा दोनों में से? डींगे मार रहे हैं लोग, लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं. Which sentence do you think is more likely to be used? Okay, everybody. People are boasting. People are just, yes, showing off. Yeah, flexing something. Flexing के बाद something बोलते हैं. Okay. तो बताओ मुझे, which is more likely? सबसे पहले कौन देगा? मनीषा देगी पहले. अलेक्सा स्टॉप. अच्छा आप ही बता दो, लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं, कौन सा चांस है सेंटेंस यूज करेंगे वो? मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने या मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने हैं? लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं. डींग मारना, फेंकना. ओके, अपने पैसे वैसे की ये शो ऑफ कर रहे हैं.
कपड़े
ठीक है.
पहने हैं सर.
मनीषा तो जवाब ही नहीं दे रही है, मल्टीटास्किंग कर रही है.
सर
हम्म
पहने हैं.
हम्म ओके, अदर पीपल. कल्पना, व्हाट अबाउट यू कल्पना, व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
पहने, मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने.
पहने
ओके,
हैं.
डींगे मारने के लिए हम पहने बोलेंगे. ओके, विकास बाबू.
पहने हैं.
आयशा.
पहने हैं. पहने हैं.
संजीव.
पहने हैं.
ओके, एक अकेला इंसान है किसने जो किसने कहा पहने?
मी सर.
कल्पना जी.
समझाइए आप कैसे बोलेंगी. चलिए, हम लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं, आप भी मारिए. चलिए शुरू करिए, बोलिए, बोल के दिखाइए ये लाइन. कम ऑन,
मेरे
ट्राई.
पास लैम्बोर्गिनी है.
तुम्हारे पास लैम्बोर्गिनी है?
इट
लैम्बोर्गिनी है
डिपेंड्स
तो
सर.
क्या हो गया? लेकिन कभी डिजाइनर
इट
कपड़े पहने
डिपेंड्स
हो आज
सर.
तक? है,
कब
हुआ है?
डींगे मार रहे थे? किसी पार्टी में गए थे, उसके बारे में कह रहे हैं कि पहने, डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने थे वहां, या फिर
लोग,
अभी मार रहे हैं डींगे?
तो मैंने तो कहा लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं, मैंने कहा था कि डींगे मार रहे थे, मैंने कहा लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं, बताइए कैसे मारेंगे. ठीक है, लोग, मैंने कहा लोग डींगे मार रहे हैं, तो डींग कैसे मारा जाता है? मेरे पास फलना आ रहा है, हम डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने, तो पहना है कभी? ठीक है, हम ये चीज किए, तुम ये करा है कभी? राइट, ऐसे ना डींगे मारते हैं लोग. तो आप शायद उसको मिस कर गई समझने के हिसाब से, बाकी आप सही थी. ठीक है, आपने अपना इमेजिनेशन सही रखा था, बट मेरे क्वेश्चन को आप गलत समझ गई. योर इमेजिनेशन डिड नॉट फेल यू, यू मिसअंडरस्टूड माय क्वेश्चन. ओके, दैट वाज ऑलराइट, टोटली. नाउ I'll give you another. Okay, you are describing your wedding. You are describing your wedding experience to someone. आप अपनी wedding experience describe कर रहे हैं किसी को. Okay, which sentence do you think you are more likely to say? मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने या मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने हैं? You are
पहने
describing
थे.
your wedding.
पहने थे.
और मैंने थे नहीं दिया आपके, तो मैंने तो दो ही ऑप्शन दिए, पहने और पहने हैं, तो कौन सा?
वही पहने, पहने.
हम्म,
पहने से.
Okay, आयशा.
मैंने डिजाइनर कपड़े पहने अपने शादी
Yes, exactly. बहुत अच्छा, very well done. You know, good job. I think we have kind of understood. It was some similar sound करते हैं, but we can think which one we will use, and this will help you along, very much. Rasana, I did not give the English equivalent for a reason, because I just wanted them to understand this in their mother tongue already, and then it's easy for them. I think I didn't struggle with the present perfect so much, except for one fact. I thought when I was young that Gandhi ji कब पैदा हुए हैं? All right. So I never said when did Gandhi ji, when did Gandhi ji ने कब ये किया है? तो I used to say when has Gandhi ji done something? Okay. Nobody told me that you should use did because you're referring to the time. Somehow it was a bit difficult. I remember in class 9th, I used to get confused. My brother told me, no. When you are talking about past, you need to use did. When did you do it? Okay. When did you join this class? When did you get married? When did you? Okay. When have you? Not possible. When did you? Okay. All right. I think that was lovely. And we can now check how much we have understood by doing some exercises. We have only 5 minutes left. Let's see what we can do in these 5 minutes. Here, first of all, Let's see. Will you use for or since? Exercise 1. For or since. Everybody, there are 9 time expressions. Please write for or since. Period for. Point time since. Just remember one example for 2 hours, and that will guide you. Are you done? Number 1.
For half an hour.
2.
For
Since 2000.
Since 200.
3.
2001.
Since I
Since
was
I was,
Since I was
14.
4.
for
For a long time.
long time.
Time.
5.
For a long time.
Since 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Since 10
Since
o'clock.
10 o'clock.
6.
for
For 3 months.
7.
Months.
since
October.
Since October.
8.
uh
Last Tuesday.
since
Last Tuesday.
for
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday.
भाग यहाँ से
Number 8.
Since last Tuesday.
Since last Tuesday.
9.
for 2 weeks.
Well done. And now exercise 2 will be your homework for tomorrow, everybody. Exercise 2, what does it say? You have to match lines in A and B and then match them with a sentence in C. There is more than one possible answer, okay? So let's see how many sentences you make, 10, 12, 15, okay? Don't put them in the group, of course. Okay, I don't want anybody to copy anybody's sentences. So let's wrap up for tonight. I am glad that you guys at least appreciated the past simple and the present perfect in Hindi. And that will help you so much when you're speaking, okay? Because you know, hai is so necessary in the present perfect, okay? अच्छा, एक आखिरी, पापा कल ही आए हैं, पापा कल ही वापस आए हैं. Is this present perfect or past simple?
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Tani Babu,
Present perfect, sir.
Ravi Babu. क्या था सेंटेंस?
पापा कल ही वापस आए
पापा
हैं.
कल
रुकैया. Arish?
This is past simple, sir.
Absolutely correct, Arish. This is the past simple, everybody.
Past
Because,
simple, sir.
yes,
Because
Rukaiya.
the action has been
Because the reference, when is mentioned? Kal hai, kal, past tense, kal. So
yesterday.
this is not the present perfect, everybody. This is past simple. Chalo, theek hai. We are ending on a sad note that you got it wrong, but it's all right. Work harder. And it was past simple, guys, okay? It was past
Yes,
simple.
it was.
Kal hi aaye hain. A very, very confusing sentence. Okay, कल ही वापस आए पापा.
सर ऐसा लग रहा है हिंदी इंग्लिश सीखे ना सीखे हिंदी जरूर सीख जाएंगे.
ठीक है कल्पना, उसके लिए अलग से पे कर देना. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye bye everybody. Good night. See ya. Bye. 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 Bye.